but looks like we need to fill fill a small amount of time. I want to do another run instead. So we have here a small change on the scatter. And this is gonna be crash and racing. It's going with some crash action for now. This is an important war plus. I haven't run this game also in a while. This is gonna be a really interesting one. I have to find like which were my splits for things. And well, I'm gonna be setting up everything for now. Otherwise, I'm just gonna start with that I might split. The only important thing is gonna be the timer. Oh well, I'm gonna be having a good amount of time to talk about this during your run. There we go, I found what I was looking for. So, I'm gonna make the countdown from 3, so 3, 2, 1, go. And there we start with the action with Crash Racing for the game developed by Naughty Dog. First spin-off of the series and also the last game made by Naughty Dog for the PS1. Talking about the Crash franchise before. Well, we know what happened after this. Well, this is Crash Racing. I don't know what I'm playing with my PS3 controller. I used to play this with a PS4 controller, but it's not a big problem. I can deal with this anyways. So I should be able to do this without problems as I run this also my PS2 with PS2 controller, so this shouldn't be a problem. As I mentioned before, this is the first spin-off of the series. At the same time, we began having these parting games that usually, well, back in the day, this was really, this was compared a lot with Mario Kart 64, when the real thing is that this game is based on, or inspired on Diddy Kong Racing, as it shares more elements from the game. Even, I don't remember exactly which stage it was, but the Naughty Dog team recreated one of the Diddy Kong Racing stages on the PS1, just to see how powerful was the PS1 for all stuff that they may imagine for the game. This is also one of the PS1 games that requires a lot from the system, a lot of effort and elements on the system just to work properly. Unfortunately, the speedrunner, I don't know, well, speedrunner hasn't appeared, so I just needed to fill some time. So unfortunately there was no spider for now, and well, another signal that I haven't played the game in a good amount of time is that I forget how to skip those animations, because that's another problem that I have with Crash games, because with Crash 2 you skip stuff at the beginning with the cross button, and Crash 3 you use triangle, here you use the start button, so nothing has sense. Definitely on talking about Crash Bandicoot speedrunning, even on that, nothing has sense. So yeah, unfortunately, scheduled runners not available. Hopefully, we're gonna be able to watch that run another moment on the marathon. So also, as I mentioned, I was not prepared to run this game. Also, I haven't played this game in like 2 months. So enjoy this amazing rescue run. And let's make a deal. If this run finishes being a 107 or more, well, a 105 or more, I will donate $10 plus an additional $1 for each additional minute. If I finish under the estimate, I will donate something also. I don't have so much money right now, but let's do some stuff for the charity, okay? Here we are at the Knock It Hungry Marathon. Yeah, the SpeedGaming Marathon for Knock It Hungry. The third time that SpeedGaming works on this marathon to help this charity. And we are close to begin with the second day of the event. So the show hasn't started yet, but we're still having a good amount of amazing runs to see. And in case you have missed something, you can enjoy the bots some days later once the runs are highlighted. Well, Crash Cope first stage, Roostoops second stage of the game. Again, it's a start. I don't know why I'm pressing another button. Oh well. I know that some people like DKR, but I was a PS1 guy, so I will go for CTR definitely. But both are amazing games. I haven't played Diddy Kong Racing yet. I just have seen gameplays of it, and it's a really interesting game. Pretend that Bart Pig is a Bandicoot. Seems doable. So now, Mystery Caves. This is the third stage that we're going to be having, and also on the last stage, which was a Roostoops, we're going to be playing on that stage on a bit again, because that's going to be the race against the boss. The category is called Any Person No Major Glitches. It was formerly known as Any Person Warpless, but since there had been appearing more and more stuff that breaks the game, the category was just simply renamed. But basically, in some way, this is the intent that any person considered by the developers, which consists in getting all 16 trophies and defeat nitrous oxide. So, how I'm gonna be able to do that? Well, the game is divided in 4 sections of the island. Each section has 4 racing stages where we need to get a trophy. In order to get a trophy, we need to finish on first place. Sorry. And once we get all 4 trophies, we're gonna be able to face the boss of each zone. So we're gonna go to the boss garage and have a race against the boss. And if we defeat the boss, we're gonna be earning a key. And once we get all 4 keys, we're gonna be able to face nitrous oxide, which is the main villain from this game. No, this is live. Well, if you're watching this right now, when the channel says live, if you're watching the bot, obviously it's not live. So hi people from the future who are watching this bot, and hi people from the present who are watching this live. So the way that this game works is that we're gonna be using some small turbos in order to increase a bit our speed. So we're gonna perform a jump, and then on the bottom right section of the screen we're gonna be watching a bar that is gonna turn from green to red, and when it turns red, that's a signal that that we can use that in our advantage to gain a mini turbo. We can do 3 of them per each jump after some sliding. And now after we have completed this, we go through Silver Speedway. There's an interesting skip here that I'm gonna try to do. And I say interesting because, considering again that I haven't played this game in a while, I am gonna simply... let's see if I'm gonna get that. I don't know who that character is, so I guess that's the first time that somebody has told me that. There are some people who tells to me that I look like a fictional character that I'm not gonna mention here because I really hate that. And there we go, I was able to get this. Fun fact, I wasn't able to get that skip on this game until Crashing Racing Nitro Fuel was released. I learned on that way how to do it, and after that I say, okay, let's try to perform it here. And at the end of the day, I was able to get it, which I was really surprised about that. So if I do that properly, I can save like 5 seconds, because it's supposed that that's an intended skip, but it's supposed that if you go there, you need to go through a different path. But if I cut my way here, honestly this is faster. Also, you can see that on the minimap, that skip is indicated, so this is not cheating. This was something that the developers were having in mind. So again, doing a good combination of mini turbos can help you to keep gaining some speed, plus doing some bunny hops at the same time can help a bit in order to keep a bit your speed. And also every time that I want to kill or these higher sections and I jump, once I land, I'm gonna be okay. I fell here, I'm not gonna be able to get the skip, but 2 of 3, that was good. Consider that I'm a bit rusty. Also, if I'm on a big platform and then I'm gonna fall down, if I keep jumping, once I land on the floor, I'm gonna get another boosting. So that's also another good thing to have on mind. Also, I got 3 missiles. I never used any of them. As you can see on the in-game time how much time I have lost because I failed this. So now, Ripperoo, the first boss of the game, and now something weird is gonna happen. You will see that in a bit. Press start, you. Okay. Well, now that we're going with this, we are now against Ripperoo, and well, all of these guys they're going to cheat. Ripperoo is gonna be releasing some TNT boxes. Fortunately, all bosses move on the same path, so I just need to be careful and don't be on the path that are gonna be moving. Otherwise, I'm gonna fall in their traps. And this is really bad, but don't worry, I'm gonna be ahead of this guy in a bit. Also some bunny hopping here in order to try to keep a bit of my speed. And since I knew that this buster was gonna move there, I put the TNT box there. That's something good, because if you learn properly where the bosses are gonna move, you can put some traps and some items, and they're gonna be falling on them. So Ripperoo, really easy. He's gonna be putting TNT boxes, and that's everything. And first of all, there are not apples, there are Wumpa fruit. And second, yes, its utility is like the coins in Super Mario Kart, or on any Mario Kart game that includes coins. It increases a bit your speed, but at the same time, there's something new here, because on Mario Kart, when you get the 10 coins, your speed gets increased by a little bit. But in this game, not just only your speed gets increased, but you also get better items. For example, the TNT boxes turn into nitro boxes. The green potions turns into red potions and have different effects on the player. The missiles moves faster if you have 10 Wumpa fruit. So in general, you get 10 Wumpa fruit, it goes slightly faster, and you get better items. And well, now let's move to the second section of the island. Once we have got 4 trophies and defeat a boss, we need 4 keys in order to face nitrous oxide, which is the villain of the game. And a bit I'm gonna be talking about the game plot. Also, you may be noticing that there are no dialogues and there's no text in the game. This is a glitch exclusive for the PAL version. Because, like with Crash Bandicoot 2, I'm playing this also on my PSTV, and this is the PAL version of the game. So this is an exclusive glitch for this version of the game. Because where you use that on PlayStation games, if you press the triangle, you can skip stuff. So in this game, you can press the triangle button when you are on the language selection screen. And for some reason, developers never thought that somebody was gonna try to do that. So if you press the triangle button on the language screen, the game simply is not gonna load any language. There were some theories on the internet about why does that happen. There were some people that were saying that when you press the triangle, you were trying to load Japanese into the game. But that was sadly discarded, as on Japan, games were released with the NTSC rule instead of PAL. So that theory never made sense. Okay, I got a boosting, so I'm able to get this monkey's teeth, because I need to throw something to the monkey's teeth, so he's gonna open his mouth and I'm gonna be able to fast track it. So here in this stage it's really important to see which items you get, and trying to keep items you can throw here at Tiger Temple. And also, if I gain some speed with the turbos, I can try to drive on the grass. This is slightly slow, but doing this doesn't slow you so much. Doesn't slow you down so much. So with that, you can get some time also. You have to remember, every frame matters on speedrunning. And also, a lot of people prefer to go through the NTSC version, but looks like there are not so many big differences between NTSC and PAL if you use the language glitch. Plus, there are more interesting stuff that we're going to be watching later on the run. Effects that happen due to the language glitch. Now, let's go to Gogo Park, the second stage of this second section of the game. Now, so Ripper hasn't appeared on Crash 3, but he appeared on Crash 1, 2, and CTR. And yes, I like to do that. Now, Gogo Park. This is one of my favorite stages because I like to play as Coco. And this is not the intended shortcut I was planning to take, but I still think on first place, so I take it. So again, you can get a small amount of time if you go through the grass, but having the mini turbos. And that's how you use items as shields, like in Mario Kart series. So if you have that fire on your car, that's a signal that you're doing this really well. And for example, that well, instead of getting a TNT, I got a Nitro box because I have 10 Wumbo fruit and another mid-air jump in order to gain more speed. Bosses in this game, jeez. I'm talking about bosses, now it's time to go to Papu's Pyramid. This is gonna be the boss stage that we're gonna be watching on a bit. After we complete this and Dingo Canyon, we're gonna be facing Papu, which makes a comeback because this boss, like with Ripperoo, appeared first in Crush 1, but it hasn't appeared on any new Crush game, so Lucky Rock rescued him. And I got an Aqua Mask, which is really good. Also, I'm not so good taking these corners. But that's not like something that really worries me about a lot about this. Okay, I need to say and to mention the things. But first thing, obviously, I haven't achieved enough speed to get the shortcut. And the second one, I'm pretty sure I haven't pressed the item button in order to use the Aqua Mask. That happened because my controller's not on the best condition. And since it's vibrating right now, sometimes I can get some misinputs. At some point I will buy another PS3 controller. But the reason why I'm using a PS3 controller is because I use this for Crash 2, as I prefer its D-pad instead of the PS4 controller. And again, I'm playing this on the PS3. And the reason why I have bought games is because when I was... Okay, that was bad. I'm not gonna be able to take this skip, but it's acceptable. The reason why... Oh my god, I haven't seen that potion. Well, the reason why I have bought Crash 2 and Team Racing on its full version on my PS2, it was because when I was gonna buy the games on the English PlayStation Network, I was gonna buy only Crash 2, and I bought a Fine Pounds Toad. But when I was gonna buy the game, for my surprise, the games were at 50% of discount. So I just say, okay, let's buy CTR, because I was considering, okay, which other Crash game will be good to buy? And I say the Crash 1, it's just on English, Crash 3... Crash is faster, but the game is harder, so no. The American version is better for runs. And then I'd say, okay, CTR has language glitch on Paul, so why not? And now I need to trigger a dialogue here. And at this point, suppose that Aqua is gonna tell to us that in order to access that boss garage, we need a specific amount of keys. In this case, he's gonna tell us that we need 2 keys in order to... No, it's a specific amount of trophies. In this case, he was gonna tell us that we needed 8 trophies to face Papu. And the reason why I have done this is because later on the run, on the last section of the island before... well, we need... In order to go to a specific stage, we're gonna be passing in front, we're gonna be in front of a boss garage that we cannot avoid unless we wanna lose time. And also this has a similar effect to the Blue Shell on Mario Kart games. The only difference is that compared with Mario Kart 64, it has a fair effect on this game. What I was saying before that, I entirely forgot what I was saying. Yes, the boss garage. Because if we got close to that specific boss garage, that cutscene gets more time, takes more time in order to get skipped. So once you see one of those cutscenes, you're not gonna see them again. And it's faster to get the Papu one, as it's close to the podium section of the game. And what am I keeping this if this is the end of the track? and the lap again also. And now Papo, and we're gonna be enjoying one of the interesting style that we're gonna be. Well, one of the interesting things that we have due to the language glitch. For some reason, boss heads get swapped, but that just happens on the cutscenes. In this case, Papu's head got swapped with Pinstripe. So Papu throws potions, if I remember correctly. Ara, sayonara. I haven't got enough speed. I knew that was going to happen. But don't expect so much about a guy who forgets everything all the time. I mean, I don't care on this point that I'm behind. Because I'm just gonna restore the stage. I'm not gonna sacrifice more time. That was really a bad start on the game. Okay, now this should be decent. And now I finally was able to get the skip. Maybe it's better to give it a try to this instead of keep doing what I was doing on the first attempt. On the last lap. Again, now I have a big advantage compared with Papu, but we never need to feel so confident about these things. And also, I use the brake on the air in order to be able to do some movements. And also, having a good jump like that, you can simply have a better control also of your car. Oh, sorry. I press the PS button on the controller. And now we got a second key. We're able to keep going. And there's a small lag section here, so I'm gonna change the camera. Otherwise, we're gonna be having a good lag there, and it's gonna take more time for the game to put me on the stage and begin loading it. I'm gonna be able to get it! Yay! There we go! Blizzard Bluff again. That's an intended shortcut, but You need to game properly your mini turbos if you want to get it. Another way to get it is if you have an boosting item, but that was not the case for me. And I don't have so much stuff to mention here. Besides, I'm really surprised that I got this 2 times in a row. If I get it on a 3rd time, that's gonna be real amazing because I barely am able to do that, mostly when I haven't practiced the game. And I'm a bit surprised that I was able to get it, because most of the time I fall into the water and then I need to go trick Thunder route, so yay, I guess. Also, we can skip the Komodo Unjo garage in order to not get the dialogue, but this is lower if I get the dialogue anyways. Now, this is Dragon Mines. This is gonna be the stage where we're gonna be facing Komodo Joe later. And maybe this is my the most annoying stage for me for these boss races. And also, when I cross the line, I need to make sure that I'm not so far to the left, because there's a glitch that will put me on last place if I do that. Meaning that if I complete a lap, the game is not going to recognize it as it, so that will turn into losing time. I learned that on the bad way, because I was having some years ago when I was having some good PB attempts. I used to get that glitch and I never knew why did that happen until a friend told me about that. Yes, I really hate this bridge section. See how far away I am from the rest of the players. Not so much, but it's something. Let's jump to the left, because for some reason the last stage is really far away from the other ones. And there we go, we got a mess. But I'm gonna be saving that for a specific moment. Now, here in Polar Pass, also there's another intended skip, so in order to get it without a boosting item, you need to gain enough speed with the mini turbos. But there's a small problem, and that small problem is that there are 2 enemies there that are gonna prevent you from doing that, but since I have the mask, I simply use it. Plus, also you can go slightly faster when you have the mask, and now I have a boosting item, which is gonna be helpful for me later. on the track. Okay, that was really interesting. That I fall down, I lost some Wumpa fruit, and since I catch a Wumpa box, the counter is still going up. So again, I got the 10 Wumpa fruit. That was really interesting. That's not a glitch, in case you were wondering that. Let's just say that that was a simple coincidence. Okay, looks like Vortex fall into one of the objects I put on the track. And now I have no active mask, I have no boosting, so let's see if I can get this. I barely got it. Because I made some bad movements there in order to get it. Now, Tiny Arena, probably the most complex stage on the game because this track tries to mimic a motocross stage. So mixing that with go-karts, it's not like a good idea at all. But looks like there are some people who really like this. You know, everybody has its own tastes, so I guess it's fine. And that's a good timing about how to use the TNT boxer. So the complicated things on this track is mostly the curbs, because there's a lot of them are pretty close on. So I just need to keep doing some jumps in order to try to move properly in the sections. Otherwise, we can lose a good amount of time if we also fall into the mood and not obstacles that this track has. Also, if you're wondering why I'm playing with Coco, is because first of all, I like her, she's cute, and the second thing is that she's an acceleration character, so depending on the character you get or the stats you're gonna be getting for this. For a long time, it was believed that speed characters were the best, in this case Tiny Tiger and Dingodile. But then it was found that acceleration characters were better, so people switched to Coco and Engine. But a few years ago, there were found some strats for speed characters again that save time, so now people use speed characters again. I have been practicing the routes with speed characters because I don't like neither Coco. Sorry, neither. No, I like Coco. Sorry, I don't like neither. Dingodile nor Tiny Tiger. Plus on Paul version looks like acceleration characters are better, but also you can apply the speed character strats on the Paul version. So maybe at some point I will I will ditch my pride and I will choose one of those characters and stop playing as Goku. This thing with the engines on the characters was also introduced on Nitro Fuel, the remake of this game, but there was an update where Beanox changed that, and now you can use any character with any stats. So at least in that game, I can get used to the speed stats and use Goku. But in this game, that doesn't apply. So the green shield turns blue when you get Tank Wolverhood at the same time that it keeps during the rest of the track until it explodes or you throw it. It doesn't vanishes out as the green one. And now, Kamala Joe. And for some reason, due to a language glitch, the first cutscene gets skipped. My theory is that the head that gets into the Joe's body is Nitrous Oxide 1, and Nitrous Oxide just have a main dialogue cutscene instead of 2. Instead of the second one, there's a cutscene on the game. So, who is Nitrous Oxide? Why are we having these races? Well, Nitrous Oxide is an alien that claims himself as the best driver in the galaxy, and he wanna compete against people on the Earth, so he is looking for the best driver in the planet to have a race against him, and if he wins, he's gonna turn the planet into a space parking lot, and we're gonna be slaves working on it. But if he gets defeated, he's gonna leave us alone. I'm really good throwing that bombs, not gonna lie. So obviously we don't want that he wins, so that's why we just simply are gonna be trying to show our driving skills. And also the game has 2 endings. The first ending when you don't get all the collectibles, but once you get all of them and you face again Nitrous Oxide, you get the real ending where he leaves the planet. And also the game tells you what does each character made after this race is finished and Oxide left the planet. But on this 70% route you don't get that text. Instead, what you get is that the game tells you, well, there's a content where in the game where Oxide tells you that we have beaten him, that he never loses, but we haven't beaten other stuff in the game, so we're lacking from the CTR tokens and the time trial relics. So once we get all of those elements, we need to face him again. But there's something curious. If you don't face him and you go straight and try to get all the collectibles, there's gonna be a cutscene in the game that's gonna get played where Oxide is gonna tell to you that now you have all the elements and he's gonna wait for you, so you can have a second race against him. And that's curious because if you haven't faced him that was a single time because you tried to complete the game, you will get a dialogue instead. I found that curious. I discovered that accidentally when I was replaying this game casually some years ago, when I began my streaming career. You know, Engine Labs, one of my favorite tracks in the game. And there's a small skip here that we're gonna be doing because if we go through the intended route, we're gonna be losing speed. We're gonna be on the air, but we're gonna be slowed down for a bit. So instead of that, we're gonna be getting a boosting through a speed ramp that it's not supposed to need to catch, like this one. Okay, I failed there. It's fine. Have a boosting. The game dropped my jumping input, so let's do this in the intended way. It doesn't matter in this case comparing it with the Papu race that I got on last place. I can recover really easy. This is not like a big problem for me. And yes, Coco missed the bugs. That's good. So if you want to be a big troll when you play against your friends, put some items on the turbo tunnel. Oh my god. Okay. The clock is gonna help me. The clock is gonna slow down everybody. And there we go. That's the boosting I was looking for. Because if we compare this with the intended route, which is to take the ramp that is on that section, the movement is slower. So that's why we do what we do here. What's up, Maper Knight? Welcome to the SpeedGaming Marathon for No Kid Home. This is the 2022 edition, and we are raising funds for a good cause, so kids can get their meals. For a moment I thought that I wasn't gonna get it, and I was gonna say, hey, let's try it again. But I'm really happy that I was able to get it, because resetting a track up that point is gonna be something really bad for the run. And so we can make a small skip here. Curious thing to mention, there are some chains there on Nitro Field, so you cannot do that skip I have down there. That it only works if you're gonna go to Cortex Castle. That's the only word that works. Okay, looks like the game is not cooperating with me right now, but it's fine. It's not a problem that at this point I'm getting a bit away from first place. And Polar needed to complicate things because getting this skip can be a bit annoying. And since Polar was on my way, trying to get this was not easy. Because also I don't like so much the turning sections in this track. Am I gonna be able to get this skip or not? Let's see. What do we get? Almost. I'm not gonna try to get it on the Wanda? I'm pretty sure. Well, I reached this spot anyways. So now this is where things are gonna get worse. It's gonna be hard, but let's try to do our best in order to get the first place. Otherwise, I'm gonna start over this track. That's gonna be really bad. Let's see. Let's try our best. Okay, I'm close to them. There we go. Another one of these is gonna help me a lot. Okay, I'm not gonna take the skip, definitely, because it's being a really bad idea. You know, Other Skyway, we're getting also close to the end of the run. We just need to do another 2 races before another 2 boss races. And well, this is the garage I was talking about on Unpopulous Zone. Because for some reason that the dialogue we get with Aqua there takes more time to get skipped, so. There's an intended skip here that I feel a bit confident to get it at last one time. Let's see what do we get. And it's interesting that I mentioned this because it's not complicated, just a bit tricky to get. But essentially there was a small reference to it because here we get the dog speed, we can go to the other section of the track. What the Binox team has done was just simply to make those walls higher. So they were nothing but really trolling intelligent. I really laughed a lot when I was playing this game and I saw that. I really laughed a lot and liked that. That was a good way to tell to us we knew what you were doing on the game, guys. So, second attempt. Okay, this was a different way when I got this, because there are some spots where you're not gonna be able to reach the other section of the track. But the game is gonna consider that you are there, so if you go back like I have done, the game thinks you fall out of the track, so it's gonna try to put you again on the other side. I decided to use the mask because the other characters were close and well, sometimes they are a bit problematic in order to get this. But when things happen. I used to be better in getting this in a way that I didn't fall outside of the track, but if you fall out of the track like I have done, the important thing is just to land on that part of the track, because if you don't and you fall down directly, the skip is not gonna take effect. So again, these things are going to happen, and thanks for the good luck, people. Now, Oxide Station. This is the last trophy race we're gonna be having. And after this, we're gonna be having 2 boss races. And also, there's something interesting here, because this stage on Nitro Field was modified, and some parts of it were removed. But also, we're not gonna be watching that, because we skip it here. And also, on Harder Skyway, we're having the race against Pinstripe. Same situation as Papu, boss from first game that hasn't appeared on any other game, and came back on this title. And then we're gonna be having the race against Nitrous Oxide here at Oxide Station. Oof. For a moment I thought I wasn't gonna reach that, but here I have got a good part of the track. I think I just saved like 15 seconds. I'm gonna be showing the minimap on the next lap, so you will see how much I'm cutting here. But with this, I get really far away, because the other sections are a bit slow, since you jump in the air on the space and your speed gets reduced. And sometimes the textures get thrown on the track, like in that way that looks the track look empty, like a hole or something like that. But that's what just a texture loading glitch. Almost got done, but it was also really bad then. I got it. Well, with the minimap you can see from which point to which point I have moved over. That skip is not complicated to get. So you can try to replicate it at home. But obviously that doesn't work in Nitro Field. There was a different setup that was found for it, but it was immediately patched by Vinox team. But at the end it was pointless, as it was hard to set up, so nobody really put effort into it. This was better. That was better. And also, if you were wondering how the heck you do a speedrun of a racing game, it's simple. Just reach your first place and that's everything. Now, instead of Pinstripe head, we have Molly Joe's head. Again! Interesting things due to the language glitch. And now, Pinstripe is really annoying. He's gonna begin throwing some bombs. So there's a good chance that I get hit by one of those. But that shouldn't worry me a lot, as I will try to get the skip, and once I get the skip, it's not a big problem. And if you're wondering why I'm not taking the route on the right, which is shorter, is because most of the time, for some reason, I fail that here on CTR. But I can get it on Nitro Hill without problems, I don't know why. Okay, that was bad. I wasn't able to land properly. There we go. And I haven't fallen down! Marathon luck, ladies and gentlemen, any other kind of system-like form. And now Pinstripe is behind on me, but I can simply do this. And again, I have failed this. This is not good. Pinstripe is a rat. Or, well, honestly, I don't know which animal I suppose that is. I haven't ever put attention to it. Usually I get this problem when I'm on a pinstripe race. Maybe because I began to feel a bit nervous or something like that. And again. Okay, I got the same thing I got on the second lap when I was playing this for the first time. So I'm gonna take that, that was really good. And now, the real challenge, the real thing about this nitrous oxide, last race of the game, and also the biggest cheater you will meet on this game, because what's going to happen is that he throws a big variety of items through the race. Depending on which section this he is, are gonna be the items he's gonna throw. But you have seen how easy skip on this section is, so that shouldn't be a problem for me at all. And also, Oxide gets his head switched with Popple 1. My PB on this category is 1 hour, 3 minutes and 14 seconds on the pole version. If I remember correctly, on the NTSC version it's at 1 hour, 5 minutes and 40 seconds. I run this game on a slim PS2 on the NTSC version, which is bad because it has lag. It's faster to play this on a fat PS2, but I used to run this game so much, so it's fine for me. At some point I will try to get a full PS2. And this section is a bit annoying, as you have seen, but here I'm gonna be getting the skip, and after that Oxide shouldn't be a problem. And there we go. Now I just need to focus on the race, and also if you haven't noticed that after a while the items that the enemies drop on the track disappear, so that's not like a big problem for me. A problem considering that I get really ahead and I began a new lap really quick. Sometimes some items will keep there because their time to disappear has hasn't finished at all. And this is look like it's gonna look like it's gonna be like a 105. This is gonna be acceptable because sometimes when I practice, I get more than 107. So considering I haven't played this game in 2 months, it's gonna be really, really good. Okay, no problem. Yeah, because since I landed on another spot, that's why we got what we got. The bottom number is your position, but since we haven't loaded any language, we don't see the first, second, third, and that kind of characters. That's the reason why we see a number instead. That's also the reason why, instead of having the final lap message, we have the one and that sign of text. Also, as you can see, it doesn't say time or laps or things like that, because text is not loaded due to language switch. And also, the time is gonna finish once I cross the finish line on this last lap. See, yes, 105. It's gonna be decent. And time 105 away 8, really good. Considering the different mystics I got, it's maybe could have been a 103, but I take it. I really like it. The speedometer. The one on the bottom right is less than a speedometer. But yeah, now we get the podium. It's an animation where certain alien doesn't wanna accept that he lost, besides being nothing but a cheater. But something interesting is going to happen if I skip this. Because if I skip the cutscene, it's supposed that we're gonna get the cutscene I was talking about the speech from Oxide that we need to collect more stuff in the game. But instead of that, the game crashes. So we got the crash team racing experience here. The reason why this crashes is because, again, there's no language loaded, and the game gets confused. It doesn't know which cutscene needs to load, as we don't have a language selected. So instead of that, the game just gives up and crashes. Well, this was Christian Racing. This was a game not expected to be on the schedule. But we needed to fill with something. Unfortunately, the runner that was gonna be featured on this block hasn't appeared, so we really hope that they can do their run in another morning in the marathon. So with all this said, this is all that I have for now, and I will keep doing some backstage stuff during these days, along with other teammates on SpeedGaming Network. So keep enjoying the marathon. Remember to donate for a good cause. The command NKH will give you all the information that you are going to require, all the things you require for this event. That you get the Tiltify donation link. You get the information web page with everything related to the charity and the event in general. And also you get the schedule from the marathon. And remember that if you donate, you can put your money towards different donation incentives. For example, the next run, the Chrono Trigger run, still having one incentive that hasn't been met, so you're gonna donate some money. That's a good moment to put your money towards any incentive. At the same time, there are different prizes that you can be part of, different raffles for those prizes when you donate money. So, well, with this is everything that I have on my side. I hope that these humble runs were something you have enjoyed, people, and well, I was Ghost Senpai, also known as Fantasma, also known as Fantasma, as you can see on the screen. So, see you everybody, have a nice day, and let's keep moving with the action in the marathon.